Go and help me. I'm trying to renew my Cameroonian ID card and I'm having some complications. I'm having some challenges. What are the documents that are required to obtain a Cameroonian ID card? What tips can you give me? Because there's not a lot of information out there that can really help me or that have helped others around me. Go and help me. I'm having a lot of challenges. What is the price? What is this? What is the fees? What do I need to do to obtain my Cameroonian ID card on time? I'm doing this video as a special request from some of my viewers on the information section of this channel. I do love to read, and I got this information, or I get my information concerning business, immigration, resident permits from lawyers and also from the officers, the police officers or the immigration officers that are concerned. So you have no worries. I'm giving you the best. And if you are a returning subscriber, remember, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you so much for your love. Thank you for your encouragement, your feedback, for sharing, for commenting, and also your questions, because you help me do more research and you help me be a better person. And if you just hopped on this channel and on this video and you're watching us for the first time, please join the family, and I love you too. And if you have been watching and commenting and you haven't joined this awesome family, this blessed family, this loved family, please do, and your life will never be the same again. So what are we waiting for? Let's roll in. Welcome back to this channel. Today I'm going to be giving you 10 tips on how to renew your Cameroonian ID card. Oh yes, your Cameroonian ID card. And this is a special request from some of my followers on this channel, and they have requested it. Please help us, help us, help us. We need to be informed, because we notice that you give real vital information and you're very informative and you hit the point, you answer the questions that most people have on their minds, and also you give information that is not readily available in the community or in the society. The first document that you would need in order to renew your Cameroonian ID card is your Cameroonian birth certificate. Very important. You must do a photocopy of it and you take it to the sous-prefecture in your region and you get a stamp on it. Get it certified, get a stamp on it. The second document you require is a certificate of nationality, and this is gotten from the court of instance in your region. Now, some of you will be looking at me and telling, and you want to ask me, Gwen, how much is it to certify my birth certificate? If I can remember, it's about 1,500. You need to get the stamps on it, and these stamps are from the government. And you go there, you deposit your birth certificate. It's good to go in the early hours of the morning, and you come back by 3-4 p.m. after it has been certified, and you pick it up. Then you go to the court of instance, and then you tell them that you want to do a certificate of nationality. Please make sure you take a photocopy of your birth certificate as you are going to the court, because that will enable them to know that you are a Cameroonian. And there is a fee you will need to pay. I wouldn't want to say the fee that I know, because every region and every court of first instance may have their own prices. And this is because of the workload and also because of the laws that govern that region. So I wouldn't want to give a price and then you take these into a court of first instance and you'll be insisting that that is the price and making them look like a fraud. What I'm going to advise you is just go there and tell them why you are there, and whatever amount they tell you is the fee, please do pay, because it does vary from region to region in Cameroon. Now, I'm going to give you the tips that's going to enable you to obtain your Cameroonian ID card successfully. The first tip I'm going to give you in order to obtain your Cameroonian ID card successfully is point number 1. You must be present. Someone cannot apply for your Cameroonian ID card in your place. If you are abroad and you know your Cameroonian ID card has expired and you need to renew your passport, please do make out some time, maybe 3-4 months, or maybe when it's off season and you can have cheaper tickets, and you come back to Cameroon and then you can obtain your Cameroonian ID card. Your Cameroonian ID card cannot be issued to you at your embassy or the consulate that is in the country where you are resident at that time or you are living at that time. What do I mean? If you go to a Cameroonian embassy or consulate in, let me say, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Australia, and you demand that you want to obtain a Cameroonian ID card, they are going to tell you to return back to Cameroon and obtain your Cameroonian ID card. Number 2, all Cameroonian ID cards are done at a police station. What is called in French a commissariat. Every police station has this activity going on, and it's good to go in the morning hours. And when you go there, please go directly into the office and ask a police officer in uniform how you can renew your ID card or how you can make a new Cameroonian ID card. Please do not get involved with a mediator, a middleman, or a middlewoman that you find outside the police station, or who is not in a police uniform. They will only complicate your issue and maybe delay the process because they may not write the names correctly, and a lot more. So please, everybody that you find, civilians or people who you don't find in police uniform, please do not allow them to help you. The police officer is the best person to help you. And please, do take out of your mind that every police officer is corrupt. They are police officers that are diligent and that are honest in their work. So when you go there, you meet them and they will tell you the fee and you are going to pay. Number 3, it is advisable to apply for a renewal of your Cameroon ID card 3 months before the expiry date. The Cameroon ID card is normally 10 years. And if you know that you need to process some documentation, please, it's always good to go there earlier so that it comes out on time, and then you can continue with your activities. Your activities will not be interrupted because your ID card has not yet been issued or has not yet arrived at the police station where you applied for it. Number 4, always go there with the original of your Cameroon birth certificate. If you are going to the police station, take the original of your Cameroon birth certificate. If you are going to the court of first instance, please do take the original of your Cameroon birth certificate. Number 5, after you have applied, before you leave the police office, you will be given a récépissé, or what is called a receipt, to show that you have applied for renewal of a Cameroon ID card. And that receipt is renewed after a couple of months. The police officer is going to come and tell you when you should come for it to be renewed. And when you come, a new stamp is going to put on it to extend the life of that receipt. So please don't keep the récépissé with you not knowing the expiry date, because every récépissé has an expiry date. And for those who have been using récépissés for 1 year, 2 years, and still haven't got their ID cards being issued, please do go back to the police station and mention your names correctly. Mention the names you gave on your on the application to the police officer, and request that they search again through the stock or the bulk of ID cards that have been sent to their office from Yaoundé. Number 6, if you were a student when you created your ID card and you have graduated and you are working now, or let's say you first had a medical doctor on your ID card and you want to change the profession to a businessman or a businesswoman, or you want to change it to a secretary or whatever, please do carry along documentations that will support your new occupation. For example, if you are a business person, take along with you to the police station a photocopy of your company documents and a photocopy of the non-debts, the documents to show that you are not owing any debts, and that is called non-redevance. So you take your certificate of incorporation, a photocopy, and a photocopy of non-debt, a document showing that you are not owing, and that is called the non-redevance. You take that to the police station and they will look at it, and then they will change the occupation. If you have changed and now you are a doctor, please do take maybe your transcript or your certificate that you graduated, and if you are working, then you can show your employment letter, whether you're a secretary or whatever. Please don't just go there and tell them that I'm no longer working in this, I want to have it changed. They need evidence, because those photocopies are going to be clipped and sent to Yaoundé, because at the office where the ID cards are being issued, they will need to put it in the system, and you put an occupation that would help you with your further applications. If you put on your ID card that you are a doctor, know that when you're making your passport, that's what's going to be on it. Know that whatever you are doing with that ID card, that's the occupation that is going to be on it. So make sure you think really well. And I'm not going to advise you to put a profession that you are not, because if you're caught, you may be jailed for it, or you may be asked to pay a fine, because that is fraud. Number 7, after 1 month of application, please do return to that police station and ask that your ID card should be given to you. Now, this is one thing you should note, and this is linked to point number 8. Please, when you are going to the police station to ask for a copy or the new copy of your Cameroon ID card, please do take along your receipt, or what they call récépissé. And when you stand in front of the police officer, call your names as it is written or as you gave while you were doing the application. Don't add any other names and don't subtract any other names. And this is why if you go to the police station, you will have new ID cards that have been issued, but then the people who came to collect the ID cards or to retrieve the ID cards gave the names that they didn't give during application. Now, remember that you can have 5 police officers in a department that is working to issue ID cards, and you have a population of 200 people that they have to process, they have to fill the applications and return their ID card to them. So when you come, you have to be precise. You have to also know that the workload is heavy as per the police officers that you meet in the office. So if you come and your name is, and you gave your names Hale Gwendoline, your father's name is Hale, your name is Gwendoline, and that is what was written on the application, the application for a new Cameroon ID card. When you come, please don't say Gwendoline Hale. If you say Gwendoline Hale to the police officer, they will be looking at your first name as your last name, your father's name. Okay, so her father's name is Gwendoline now. It will no longer be Hale. I don't know if you're understanding. So don't swap your last name with your first name when you go to collect or to retrieve your Cameroonian ID card. Another example, if your name is Gwendoline Hale Apise, don't go there saying Hale Apise Gwendoline. That's another person totally to a police officer. So when they are looking at it and they're scanning through it, they'll say, no, it's not yet out. And the truth is, your ID card has arrived. But you actually gave the wrong order of your names. Okay, another example, the third example. Let's say the names that I wrote on the application was my father's name, Hale. My names, mes prénoms, or what they call prénom, is Gwendoline Apisi. When I am coming to retrieve my ID card from the officer, I will say, Mama, or I will say, Mom, or I'll put a pet name there. I'll say or I'll say Gwendo, or instead of me saying Halle Gwendolyn Apise, I'll say Wendy, or I'll say Gwenso, or I'll put a house name that they call me, and I'll give that name to the officer. And when you put that name that they call you, that is not on your birth certificate, or that was not written on the application, the officer will say your ID card has not yet arrived. Meanwhile, your ID card is there. My advice to you is, when you go there, please, if you have 5 names, choose 3 names out of those and use on your official documents. Let me be honest with you, because it gets complicated even as a lady when you are married. When you are married and you come there, and let's say your father's name is Halle, and my pronoun is Gwendolyn Apisi, and let me say I'm married, and they say a pools, because in Cameroon they'll use a pools. They will use a pools achu. Let me just give an example. A pools achu. And then when I come there, I will tell them my name is Achu Gwendolyn Apisi. That means I leave my father's name out. What happens? They say your ID card has not yet arrived. So the order in which you give your name should be the order in which you should retrieve the names. Don't swap it, don't add, don't subtract, don't move the names. Remember, in the Cameroon system, your father's name should be mentioned first. Your father's name, then your first name, and then your middle name. In the British system, it is your name, your first name, your middle name, and then the last name. So from whatever country you are coming from, please, if you have studied abroad and you have written your names in a different order, when you come to retrieve, or if you're somebody who have swapped your names, or let me say you're bearing your mother's name now and it has not been changed, because the police officer would use the order that is on your birth certificate. So if your names have been changed, or you're bearing your mother's name now and you're no longer bearing your father's name because of family issues, don't come and try to swap it when you are trying to retrieve your birth certificate, your Cameroon ID card, because they are going to use the names on your birth certificate. That is a very vital information, and that is why many people actually don't get their Cameroon ID cards on time. The next point I'm going to give is, when it comes to your application, when you want to apply for a new Cameroonian ID card, when you enter a police station and they ask you the reason you want a new Cameroonian ID card, please, the answer you give them is very important. If it's lost, say it's lost. If you want to renew, say you want to renew. If you want to change your names, for those who are married, for those who are not bearing their father's names anymore, from those who have who have got a new birth certificate, or who have gone to the court and gotten a certificate of identification, and you must come with a copy of it when you want to renew your ID card. If you have lost your ID card, you have a photocopy of the old ID card you bring. If you don't have, still come. In fact, the reason that brought you to that office should be precise. Please don't come and you don't know exactly what you want, because the reason would actually depend on the duration which you're going to get your ID card returned, your new ID card delivered to you on time. Number 9, and I know many of you would want to know, what is the fee in the Cameroon code for renewal or getting a new Cameroonian ID card? And this, I want to say, it would depend from region to region, the police office in which you enter. That is very, very important. It depends. So please don't enter a police office or a commissariat and you are insisting on a price, or you're insisting that is 5,000, you're insisting that is 2,500, you're insisting it's 10,000. When you stand before a police officer, ask them, how much should I pay? Am I supposed to pay? And the amount they tell you, you give them. And you ask them, when can I come to retrieve my Cameroon ID card? And they are going to tell you. And the last tip is, when you want to renew your Cameroonian ID card, or when you want to get a new Cameroonian ID card, make sure you choose a police station or commissariat that has less workload. If you choose a commissariat or a police station that has a lot of civilians coming in to request for ID cards or new ID cards, or have a lot of problems, know that it will take a longer time for your ID card to actually be processed, sent to Yaoundé and worked in Yaoundé. It's issued and it's brought back and it's being put in the shelves. In fact, it will take a longer time. So it's good that you go to a police office or police station or commissariat that has less workload. And if you follow the tips that I have given you, you are going to retrieve your ID card on time. Now, for those who have actually been going there and asking if the ID card has been issued, and they said no, go there and tell them the names. Give them your names as it's written on your birth certificate. Your father's name first, your name second, your country name, or your middle name should come third. And if you do not include your country name or your tribal name or your village name on that application, don't mention it to the police officer. And I'm telling you, it's going to go successfully. So thank you guys for this question you asked. That's made me to do a lot of research. And thank you for your love. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for all your love. Thank you for commenting and inspiring me to be better. And remember, I love you. I love you. I love you. Bye-bye.